Hello everyone, welcome back or welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. Today, as you can see by the title, we are doing something a little bit different other than games. We will be talking about books. I know, some people are probably like, oh my god, books. But I'm very excited for this. I love to talk about books, and basically I am going to do book reviews on a bunch of different books that I have read over the I want to say probably 2 years, 2 or 3 years, and yeah, I want to show you all these books. I want to do reviews for you guys. This goes without question that this video will have spoilers, so if I start talking about a book that you haven't read yet and you don't want spoilers, just scroll past that book talk. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this video. I am very excited for it, and without further ado, let's jump into book number 1. Okay, so book number 1 is the one and only Gothikana by Runix. I am so excited to talk about this book. I'm so excited. I have 3 versions of this book. I'm not even joking. There is the special edition that I bought, and then I have the paperback version, which is absolutely gorgeous, and I have the hardcover version as well, which this one also does have art in it. Beautiful books, just absolutely gorgeous. Before I talk about this book, I also do want to show the special edition, because this book is just one of the most gorgeous books I've ever seen in my life. It is shiny purple edges, and then there is art on the inside and with engravings on it, and then without the cover, which, by the way, the cover literally, hello, literal art. The actual book is purple and with like designs on both sides. I'm not gonna take off the full cover right now. Whoever like designed this book, which it was absolutely genius, first of all, I love you. You created like literal art. And there's also like an author note in it, and there are, what are they called? Like art on each chapter, and there is even one of these bookmarks, one of the little bookmarks. So let's get into reviewing this book. Obviously, it goes to without talking about it that I loved it, because I have 3 versions of it. This was the first book that I ever read that had a gothic vibe to it. I had never read a book like this before, and it really got me into reading gothic themed literature after reading it. I've reread it like 3 times now, and it is just so good. There's like a plot twist in the book that I was not expecting. Like it was just crazy. Like upon first read, I was so shocked. And there was so much tension between Vad and Corvina, the 2 main characters. Like the tension was just oozing. It was honestly one of the first books as well where the tension, I felt like I could just like feel it. Like it was crazy. It was written so well. Runix did a fantastic job writing this book. And also the like spiritual part of the book as well, because Corvina partakes in like tarot cards and like can sort of hear spirits or like see things. And that was crazy, because I just have never read a book like this ever. All of the themes that were in it, like it was so amazing, and Runix did such a good job as well holding that mystery as well as the romance and the tension, and also like the thriller part of it. It was such a good book overall. I have seen opposing reviews on this book. I have seen people didn't like it, but personally, I fell in love with it. The ending made me want to cry, and Corvina's mother too. Oh my god. This was a fantastic book. I highly recommend it to anybody who likes any of those themes that I had mentioned. There's some spicy scenes, so there is that, and I think those were written very well as well. And it wasn't like overdone either. Like Runix definitely made sure to have such a good balance of all themes across the board. So yeah, that is my review on Gothikana. I absolutely loved it. If it seems like your type of book, definitely go read it. Okay, the next book that I will be reviewing is Blood of Hercules by Jasmine Moss. Which this book is also beautiful. I mean, look at the design. And also, I have the special edition of this and the next one that's supposed to come out in October in my cart right now. I still need to order it, but I definitely do want to get the special edition of this book and the series in general. So starting off, also there's book art in it. This book was so funny. I can't even. This book was hilarious. I don't know if anybody else found it as funny as me, but I genuinely was laughing every single page. Like the main character's thoughts and one-liners and everything were so funny to me. I was laughing this entire book, and it made me fall in love with it so much because I have never read a book where I was just like laughing every single page that I read. And also, I do think that this is a polyamorous book, a reverse harem type of book. I think. Yeah, I think so. I'm trying to think if it was ever specified. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it is. So that is one of the themes in the book. But to be honest, romance wasn't heavy in this book. It was a lot of like fantasy, and there is like talks about like Greek gods and stuff. Romance wasn't like the main theme in it, but there were some parts, you know, that the character had interacted with her like potential love interest and stuff. And I honestly didn't mind that. I typically read romance books, but this book was just so good. It didn't need that main romance theme. And it was interesting because I did try another series of Jasmine Moss. I can't remember. Was it Psycho Shifters? I think that was the other series. I could be wrong about that, about the name. But I did try to read that. That one I wasn't able to get into as much, and that is no offense to Jasmine's writing. I just don't think it had like obviously every book is going to be different that she writes, and so I don't think it had like the same vibe as like this one. This one just really got me. Yeah. So if you guys like any of those themes that I had mentioned, definitely check out this book. Check out the trigger warnings too, because there are some themes in here that you do probably need to be aware of if you are looking for or look out for those trigger warnings. And yeah, the second book, Bond of Hercules, is coming out in October, which I'm so excited for. I honestly might reread this before I get the second book. Yeah, that's book number 2. That's my review. The next book that I will be talking about is my favorite book of all time. Fourth Wing. Oh my god. I don't even know where to start with this series. Like, I am probably going to talk way too much about it, and I'm going to have to cut a lot of things out. First and foremost, I have 3 copies, 3 different versions of just the first book alone. I have the normal original hardcover copy. I have I think it's the Christmas version, the red one, of the hard copy, which I got as a gift. It was literally like hunted down by one of my very good friends, and I almost started crying when I got it. I was like, oh my god, there's no way. Because there's like bonus chapters in there that I wanted to read. And then I also do have the paperback version that has the sprayed edges. And I have one version of the second book, which is just the original hardcover, and then one version of the Onyx Storm book, the third book, and that one's the hardcover with the sprayed edges. I don't even know where to start in this series. If you have not read this series, please. Of all books that I have ever read, this series is my number one. I have reread each book more times than I can even count. I fell in love with this series. The fantasy, like, this was my first ever series that I've read with dragons in it, and I was obsessed. I fell in love with the dragons. The dragons were so funny. I fell in love with Taryn, one of the main dragons. He was hilarious. And Violet, the main female character, is amazing. Like, there's so much representation in the series itself. Rebecca did such a good job in including so many different aspects of life. There is deaf representation. There is different like chronic illness representations. There's just so much in there, and I love it. I love that. I think a lot of people can actually find something that they can relate to in this book, which makes it like 10 times better. And the romance, Xaden and Violet, all I can say is the way that Xaden would do anything for Violet. Violet is genuinely the definition of being Xaden's world. Also, as much as it hurts, Rebecca does such a good job of making you fall in love with characters and then killing them off. Because I know that some authors, they hint, or like at first you think somebody's gonna die, but then they don't like kill anybody off. But the depth, the actual pain that you go through this series is so real, and it's like horrible in the moment, but at the same time I feel like that shows how such a good writer Rebecca is, because we get so connected to all of these characters, and then when these tragedies happen in the book, like you feel it. You feel that writing, and it hurts. There are some deaths that hurt me and haunt me, but again, I just think that shows how good of a writer Rebecca is. I'm so excited for book 4 and 5. I'm terrified for book 4. I'm terrified. But book 2, Iron Flame, oh my god. I was like staring at the wall, crying after I finished that. Like I went through 5 stages of grief, okay? 5 stages for sure. And I also, the growth that you see with Violet throughout the 3 books, just in the 3 books, like there's still 2 more books to go, is amazing. Like, she starts off as this, basically, they're all young adults or kids or whatever, and they just start off, entering this college and everything, and not even knowing what life is really going to look like. And they go through these like tragedies throughout like Fourth Wing as it goes on, and the second book, Iron Flame, And in Iron Flame, they really experience like a lot of grief and PTSD and just like the harshness of the world. And in Onyx Storm, I felt like I really saw like all of the characters grown. Like it felt like they, and I mean, what they went through will do that to you. But it was amazing on Rebecca's part because I feel like I could really see the character growth through the 3 books in themselves, and it it's just such a complex series, and I absolutely love it. That would be my number 1 recommendation to anybody who is looking to get back into reading or get into reading or just looking for their next read. It is always going to be Fourth Wing. If you have not read it, it is a fantastic series, truly. So yeah, that's Fourth Wing's book review. Okay, this next one I think is going to be controversial, and I need everybody to just hear me out, okay? The next one is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I have read I read the entire series so far. I know that it's still continuing, but I need to talk about it, okay? I liked this series, but at the same time, I wouldn't put it in my top list of books that I love. And there's just a couple of reasons for it. This is not meant to offend anybody as well, or the author or anything. I think the author wrote the book amazing. I think it's just, it wasn't like my cup of tea when it came to like the story and everything. So it has nothing to do with like how it was written. It was written beautifully. I think it was just like a disconnect between like me just relating to the book or relating to it, just any of it, or just catching my personal attention. I think I'm not the biggest fan of love triangles. I really avoid love triangles, and through the first book, I mean, she's with Tamlin the entire time, and that's not who she ends up with, and I kind of already knew that. I knew a lot of spoilers going into this series because it's obviously a ginormous loved series, so I did know some things beforehand, and it was really hard to read the first book alone knowing that like she didn't end up with Tamlin. Like that's because the entire time she is with Tamlin in book number 1, and all she thinks about is Tamlin and loves Tamlin, and I just couldn't do it. Like it was very hard for me to get through this. It was written beautifully. The description that Sarah J. Maas wrote in this book was so intricate. It's actually one of my good friends, Delaney, favorite thing about this series. Yeah, I couldn't really get into this series that much, but I do see how other people love it. I think it is a beautiful series. I really liked Nesta, which I think is controversial as well. I really loved Nesta in the 5th book. I know it's controversial because she did some rough things. She wasn't like the greatest person. There was some character growth. There was a lot of character growth. I guess I just related to Nesta a lot. Nesta was the oldest daughter, and I'm the oldest daughter, and she struggled with mental health a lot in her book, and I just related so much to her, and I think that's why she was my favorite character, because I saw a lot of myself in her. But overall, I think this series is really good. I have ADHD, and it was really hard for my brain to like stay on track with this book, and it's just the love triangle and stuff. It just wasn't for me exactly, but it was a good book. I read the entire series. It was written beautifully. So yeah. that is my review on ACOTAR. If that sounds like something that you'd be interested in, definitely recommend it. Okay. My next book review is Fangirl Down by Tessa Bailey. This was my first ever golf romance read. I was like, oh dang, I never read something about golf. But anyway, which it's such a cute book. I fell in love with Tessa Bailey's books. Like, her and Allie Hazelwood, I fell in love with their books. I will read anything that they have written. Anything. This was such a cute book. When I tell you this man was down bad for the main girl from day one, and he ain't even know it, oh my god. It was, Tessa Bailey was cooking up something good when she wrote this. I think I've reread this a couple of times. It was so good. I do have the Au Pair Affair as well, and I have Dream Girl Drama, which they're like kind of a connected series. I don't know if it's like officially a connected series or like part of the series, but like you could read them as standalones. I have read all three of them though, and this book was so good. And oddly enough, like, it was about golf, and I was eating it up the whole time. Like, I was like, dang, she kind of made golf like eat a little bit. It was so good. Genuinely, I don't know what else to say about it than being like such a cute book. I loved it, and I loved the main female character, Josephine. Yeah, go read this if this sounds like it's gonna interest you. It is such a cute book. I love it. I absolutely love it. The next book review is Does It Hurt by H.D. Carlton. Man, do I gotta talk about this book. First off, I ain't ever read a book where the man held her underwater like that. And if you read the book, you'll get what I mean by that, okay? That was crazy. I think the book is beautiful. This book is just absolutely gorgeous. And also, I was not expecting this book to turn into like this scary thriller at all. Like, as the time went by, when they were like shipwrecked at that lighthouse and they were staying with that guy, I was getting scared. Like, I was scared for my life. I was like, oh my god, are we gonna die? The plot twist was insane. I remember reading it and I was like, I needed like a book cleanser after that. I was like scarred. I didn't even know what to do with myself. Besides that, it is a fantastic book. Like, actually, H.D. Carlton, she ate when she cooked this up, okay? Because I honestly didn't expect any of it. Like, I kept getting surprised. I was like, oh, god dang. Like, I don't even know. Like, this book, I don't even know. But also, look at how cute the chapters are. They're like water. It's like water and bubbles and stuff. But yeah, this book is crazy. But it's like a good crazy. Like, it, oh my god. Like, I don't even know. I loved it though. I loved it. Definitely check the trigger warnings, because this puppy has got some. But if it sounds like a book that would interest you, definitely go check it out, because it was crazy. You would never expect the plot twist, okay? Let me tell you that. Okay, so my last series that I will be reviewing today, or the last book that I will be reviewing today, is the Binding 13 series, which this is gonna have some trigger warnings and obviously spoilers in this, what I will be talking about, so just in case for anybody. This series is my second favorite I've ever read in my life. Book 1 and 2 is about Johnny and Shannon. The main series is about the Lynch family, Joey, Shannon, and then their brothers and stuff. It broke my heart. It severely broke my heart. The Lynch family, their father is very abusive, Teddy Lynch, and he drinks and stuff, and it's very harmful to their mother. And the mom just keeps going back to him, and she's like not, she's a very complex character. I don't think I can speak on her. She is a very complex character, so I just recommend you reading the book if you want to make up your judgment about her. But Johnny and Shannon in book 1 and 2, they were so adorable. For Johnny and Shannon's book, again, book 1 and 2, there was no spice scenes as far as I remember, but you don't even need them. You do not even need any of those scenes. They were the cutest couple ever, and Johnny tried so long to like not like or date Shannon. I mean, obviously in the end they got together, but they were just so cute, and Johnny loved Shannon. Oh my god, he was so down bad for Shannon. And I love it because they came from like such a dark household. Shannon finally had somebody that was like, that could like protect her. And then at one point, when Johnny took Shannon's 3 younger brothers, Tig, Ollie, and Sean, out of the house. And also Johnny's mom and dad. Best parents on this planet. They saved the Lynch kids. I love Johnny's parents. Like, I'm about to start bawling my eyes out right here now. And then when it came to the 3rd and 4th book, the 3rd and 4th book is about Shannon's brother, Joey Lynch. And that was I think to this date, those 2 books were the hardest for me to have ever read in my entire life. Those books were very rough to read. I related so much to Joey, and I'm not gonna go into like my personal life too much, but Joey was the 2nd oldest in his family, and I'm the 2nd oldest in my family, and he struggled a lot with his mental health in book 3 and 4 and addiction, and he was like still taking care of like all the kids and stuff and making sure they were safe. And book 3 and 4 were so heartbreaking. There were so many times where I felt like I had to take a break because it was so much it was so mentally hard for me to read that because I really related a lot of the time to like his thoughts and just that life and like what they were all going through. Him and Aoife, they like remind me of like such a real life couple, and the way that Aoife still loved him throughout everything and like still stuck with him was one of the most, just, I don't even know. I don't know. I can't even explain to you what it was, but the fact, I have a video of me finishing their book, finishing the 4th book, and I was sobbing, like genuine tears. I was crying. It felt like to see them get their happy ending, I can't even explain to you the happiness and just the like weight that like went off my shoulders. I don't know, it really felt like you can go through like absolute hell and still get your happy ending. I'm gonna start crying. Oh my god. Oh, but anyway, I am sad to say that I will not be continuing this series. It is a ongoing series. I've read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've read the 5 books, so up till Gibbsy's series. I finished his, and then the newest one, Releasing 10, it just came out, which is about Lizzie and Huey. I unfortunately, again, will not be continuing the series just because Releasing 10 is a really rough book. I know a lot of spoilers about that book, and there's a lot of trigger warnings, and it's just very heavy, and I just don't think that I can mentally go through that. So I have made the decision to not continue reading the series just because I don't think that I could mentally handle it. And that's just a decision that I made for myself. But if this series does sound good to you, I highly recommend it. Just make sure to read the trigger warnings in every single book because it is a very heavy series. It is very real, just very real to how life can be for some people. And so, yeah, if you do get into it, just make sure to read the trigger warnings. But it's an amazing series. I really did fall in love with all the characters, truly. Like, I hold them all very close to my heart, especially Joey. So yeah, that's my review on the Binding 13 series. Alright guys, so wrapping all of that up, I hope this was actually at least a little bit fun for you guys and it wasn't boring. This is different from the gaming videos that I've been doing, but I have claimed that I do not just want to make gaming videos. There are a ton of different things that I want to do. If you guys did like this video and you do want a part 2, please let me know because I do have a ton of other books that I have read that I would love to do reviews on, but it's definitely up to you guys if you guys want to see something like that again. And yeah. And I hope none of my reviews offended anybody. It was not meant to be offensive towards the authors or anybody who liked the books. It was just my personal opinion. And I think all the books were genuinely written amazing. So wherever you are, I hope you have an amazing day, an amazing morning, amazing night. And whoever is still watching and still supporting my channel, once again, I very much appreciate you. I love you guys more than you could ever know. Thank you still for supporting me if you have been, if you are. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week with another video. Bye.